Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. Let me just make sure this is doing what it's supposed to do. And yes, we are off to the races. Guys, I started this channel about 8 months ago. And part of me starting this had to do with, I don't process stuff in the sense of this kind of weepy thing. I process it through, I guess, anger more than anything else. And it's politics. I think you start off with politics in this kind of schoolboy way of these guys are out there having these ideological fights and everything else, and having these ideological struggles. You get gridlock. And then you realize, wait a minute, they're not working into our best interests. They're getting paid to do a particular task. And that political science and politics is not really science at all. Ultimately, it's who has cash, who can pay them, how much they're being paid, and what they can sell to their audience, meaning the people who they need to vote for them. This, of course, is a startling revelation. It's an aggravating revelation. And it's one of those things where you try to shake people. You try to wake them up. Like, see what these guys are doing. Do you see what these guys are doing? Do you understand that these people are bought? Do you understand these people are not working in your best interests? I understand you have a tribal philosophy, but you understand your tribe. Your tribe is using the latitude that you give it to its own ends. And those ends have nothing to do with your best interests. That was why my channel started. Throughout the course of this, of course, these are aspects of you. Like, everything that's on the channel, for the most part, is just you. Good or bad or indifferent. It's just who you are. I don't know what I expected when I started the channel. I think ultimately I started the channel with this idea of this kind of, I guess, this bubbling over of sorts and needing to get out information. And it's proceeded. Like, it's been 6 months, and again, I don't necessarily know if I had any expectations, but how can I say it? I guess what I'm saying is I'm immensely appreciative of the support that I got for the channel. In everyday life, like as you bump into people and as you interact with people, it's not their focus. Like, so it's one of those things of you casting something out into the world, and because the world, you have 7 billion people on the planet, those people kind of aggregate their way, say, oh, I like what this guy is saying. But mind you, those are just, that's the person. Like, I don't know how other people do their channel. My channel is just me. You hear me talk about my wife. You hear me talk about my dogs, my life. You hear me talk about politics and philosophy. You hear me talk about new agey stuff. You hear me talk about all sorts of weird, interesting things. At least I think they're interesting. Again, that's just me. So you can understand that having patrons, having people say, we like what you're doing and we want to support your work, it's mind-blowing to me. Like, it's hard for me to put that in context, or hard for me to get that across in any meaningful way other than saying thank you. And saying thank you seems so trite and so minute compared to I guess the feeling associated with people saying, yes, we like what we're doing, we're affirming what you're doing, and we want to persist, or we want what you're doing to persist. There's no way to get across how much I appreciate it. It's funny, I'll tell my wife, I was like, I can't believe somebody donated $1. And she's just like, don't you donate money when you're like looking at something like Real News Network or something like that? It's like, yeah, but that's Real News Network. She said, well, to them, they're appreciative of what you're doing, and they're trying to show that appreciation. What I'm going to do is, my wife and I have been talking in the sense, and I know I bring my wife into this a lot. Well, she's my best friend. She's my wife. We came to this decision of, well, I came to this decision, a weekly show on Sundays. Now, in that weekly live show on Sundays, I'm going to have a number that I'm going to give to the people who are on my Patreon list. It's going to be a call-in number that they can call into the show. And all of us can interact It's going to also be open to people who are just regular viewers, but those are just going to be the live chats that are normally there. The priority in that particular sense is going to be towards the patrons. And again, it's a regular show, still live chats and everything else. But I have no other means of showing my appreciation other than trying to find some distinctive difference to give to the patrons. I know of no other way. Like, I've kind of went back and forth over what can I do, what can I do, what can I do. Well, you do a talk show. And having that talk show, talk to the people who are supporting you. Have that conversation. What do they want to talk about? And leave it to some degree open in regards to just a free-flowing discussion or dialogue about whatever we're talking about at the time. So, next Sunday. What's next Sunday? This is getting close to my birthday. We have, yeah. So, my wife has a luau plan for my birthday. We got married on her birthday, August 2nd. And I know some guys are like, man, that's an awesome idea. You never have to remember the anniversary. Initially, the idea was, hey, let's get married on my birthday. She was like, fuck that. Fuck that. You already have too much of an ego already. Fuck that. No. I was like, well, what about your birthday? Oh, okay. Let's do that. So yeah, so that's what I think we're going to do. Let me see. Let me find. Last year, it's like what a difference a year makes. Each year, we take a trip. And in taking the trip for each year, the year that we decided to get married, we were like, where are we going? Now, the first thought was, let's get, and this was a major departure. And this is just kind of it's like a what a difference a year makes. We ended up, each of us picks a location. Meaning she would say, I want to go to this place. And I would say, I want to go to this place. And we don't have kids. We don't have a lot of other stuff. And we just, for the most part, just focus our money on the trip. And this particular year, I said, I want to go to Iceland. And she said she wants to go to Greece. So it was the easiest. It was easier to get married in Iceland. So that's what we did. We got married in Iceland. And a very nice woman from a tiny town in Iceland. How do I expand this? Yes, those are pink Chucks. Those pink Chucks are fucking awesome. I wear Chucks. In fact, I think that's all I have. I think I have like one pair of boots and everything else are just different colored Chucks. We were out there getting married in the middle of Iceland. It ended up raining at the last minute. And it's like we got the last picture or the last word that we said, I do. And after we said, I do, it started to pour down. And we hauled ass back to the car. What a difference a year makes, man. Yeah, guys. Look, I appreciate you. Honestly do. This channel has been an absolute revelation to some degree. And I appreciate your support. So, every Sunday at, what time are we going with? I'm conflicted about the time, if I'm being honest. Only because in my head, there should be a certain level of consistency with the time. If I do a live show on Wednesday at 8 p.m., should it just be 8 p.m. on Sunday to make it even? The feeling was that there are going to be other things on people's television sets at 8 p.m. that I'm competing with that I don't necessarily want to compete with. I wanted to be at some kind of arbitrary time during the day where people could see it. I chose... Oh, I did choose 8 p.m. Okay. I chose 8 p.m. for consistency. That's probably why. 8 p.m. each Sunday, unless otherwise specified, I will have a live show. That live show will be for everybody, but it will allow patrons to call in. Patrons, I'm going to put a phone number into the patron account so you guys can see it, so you guys can call into the show. I'll leave it at that. Thanks, guys. Absolutely appreciate you. Whether you're a patron or not, whether you share my shows, I mean, whether it's shares, likes, hell, whether it's looking at a video and said, "Ooh, I like this guy." All of it's appreciated. But yeah, I do want to give this kind of special thing of just, hey, thank you. I appreciate your support. So yeah, patrons will be allowed to call into the show on Wednesday. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. on Sunday. And it will be essentially a live show, 8 p.m. each Sunday. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your support. Thank you.